We're in the car and we're getting ready to leave to go to breakfast. We just called and they have a room available. So we're gonna get induced in about an hour. Bye! We just got admitted by the nurses. We're in our room. Here's where Brian's gonna sleep. He's taking a nap in just a couple minutes. I have all my monitors on and my IV is in my hand, but they're not putting anything in it yet. And we're just waiting on the doctor. She had a C-section with another patient, so we're just waiting on that. So it's about 9:45 and just about 15 minutes ago the doctor came in, checked everything out, says baby's looking good, and they put in the Cervidil. I'm about, what did she say, a fingertip? A fingertip dilated, but not effaced at all, so we're hoping this will get things going. And I have to have this in for 12 hours. So it's not likely it's going to start contractions or anything, but Amelia's still doing really well on it. I don't know if you can hear her heartbeat. We got some hiccups going on. It's about 2:30. I've had Cervidil in since about 9:30. We took a nap. Brian went and got some lunch. And I'm having some contractions pretty regularly, but they're not super painful. Mimi's here.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just videoing. It is 5:45 and I'm having contractions about every 4 minutes, Brian says. They're not super painful, they're just kind of annoying. And Mimi came to visit for a little while. She went back home. Brian went home while she stayed here, and he got some food and let the animals out and hung out with them. Now we're watching a movie. We're watching How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Any updates?
It's a pretty good movie.
Not about the movie.
Oh, no updates. Everything's good.
Okay, bye. It's 6:22 and I'm contracting about every 2 to 3 minutes. They're still kind of the same level of pain. And we're about to have a nurse shift change at 7, and I have about 3 hours left of the Cervidil.
So we're about 15 minutes away from them taking out Tessa's Cervidil. It's 9:15 right now. She's having more frequent and much more painful contractions. So that's a good sign. And we're just waiting to see what the results of the Cervidil are.
So I just got off the Cervidil after 12 hours. In the last couple of hours, maybe the last 3 to 4 hours have been pretty rough. So I've had about a 40-minute break. And I got to eat. And in just a few minutes, they're going to come in and tell us what the doctor thinks we should do next. So we'll see.
All right, the time is 12:05 on April 1st. Tessa was able to finish her Cervidil, and we took an hour-long break, got some dinner. Tessa was able to eat for the first time in 12 hours, something solid, and then they checked her, and she was 20% effaced. So they're starting her on what's it called?
Cytotec.
Cytotec, which is a pill, and so that's dissolved, and you have to let it sit for 4 hours. So we're now gonna let it do its thing. At 3, they're gonna give her 3:30. They're gonna give her another dose, and then at 7:30, the doctor's gonna check her and decide next steps. Yeah, I think that's.
They put me on a portable monitor.
So yeah, she's on a portable monitor now, so she can move around.
So I don't have to wear the scuds anymore.
Yeah, so she doesn't have to wear the scuds anymore. And yeah, that's it, right?
Yep.
That's it.
It is 3:37. About, I would say, an hour ago, I felt a huge pop and tried to go back to sleep, and about 15 minutes later, my water broke. They did the rapid test and it wasn't showing that it was broken, but then they've confirmed that it is. At this point, I'm just 1 centimeter and 50% effaced, so I've come up about 30% since the last time they checked me. They're gonna call the doctor and see what she wants to do next. It is 7:40 on April 1st, and we just had the craziest night ever. So they put Cytotec in at 11:30, just 1 dose, and my contractions started coming really regularly, and they were becoming really painful. So we were trying everything, walking around the ball. I got in the bath, and they became so painful that I was like, okay, we need to figure out what we need to do here. So Brian called the nurses, and they said they needed to call the doctor to see what we needed to do to get to the point of an epidural. And we were told we needed some cervical change. So they checked me again, and I was 80% effaced and 3 centimeters dilated. So I doubled my effacement, over doubled my effacement, and over doubled my dilation basically at that point. So that means we were going to get to do an epidural, but at that point I was still contracting very regularly, and they were so painful I couldn't do anything through them. I didn't feel like myself at all. So then they gave me some fentanyl to get me through. Before that, I had gotten really sick and got nauseous. So they gave me some Zofran. And then we got the epidural, and I had to sit still through what I never had known what a 10 was on a scale of 1 to 10, and that's a 10. That was a 10 for hours on end. So now we're sitting here. I have the epidural, and it feels so much better. So we're gonna have a baby on April 1st. Do you want to say anything?
Happy birthday, Amelia.
It is almost 9:40. Dr. Christie just came in and checked me, and I'm complete. So we're gonna start trying to push a 10. We called everybody, and we're just getting some. Brian's fixing himself up to look good.
I'll wait for you to open up your eyes. Everything's brand new. It'll be alright as I'm holding you. The clouds up in the sky, they're here for you to sing a lullaby. To this miracle of mine. One little touch of an angel, and 2 rosy cheeks full of love, 3 words that have a whole new meaning. Every little piece of you's a miracle, little miracle. so much bigger in this world.